All right. Shalom, shalom, boys. Here, well, out doing a quick trip, taking care of some personal business. But before I headed out, I wanted to, something just came to my mind, and there's been a lot of talk about, a lot of people are talking about getting land. A lot of people are talking about moving, and you moved, you know, over 5 years ago out of the city because I saw and I understood what was happening in this economy. I saw and I understood what was happening with the governments of these worlds, of this world, and I knew that a change had to take place. I mean, the reason why the movie The Matrix resonated so well with me was due to the simple fact that I'm in corporate America and I'm in this world and I know something is wrong. I know that this is not what it is. I'm doing very well in this world. Like I told people before, I was a project manager, PMP certified, Six Sigma Green Belt certified. Um, uh, Got all types of certificates and accolades in corporate America. Uh, Worked for some pretty good companies, implemented a lot of big projects. So, I came from an environment of um, success. I came from an environment of a lifestyle that afforded me the ability to do the things that I wanted to do. And so when I finally came to the knowledge of the truth, and it hit me like a 2 ton heavy stick. Let me tell you, man, it was like, wow. And I realized that I was going to have to forsake my old life. And I knew at that time my wife was going to have to forsake our old life, and we were going to have to venture into a new path. And so, being a project manager mind, because I'm always thinking 3 and 4 and 5 steps ahead, and I'm always thinking of option A, B, C. That's just how I think. This is how project managers think, or as me as a project manager, I thought and or think, and it shaped me. Just like somebody that was in the military, it shaped them. Just like somebody that was in the Marines or flew helicopters or any kind of profession where it requires some type of discipline. It shapes you, and it can shape you for good or it can shape you for bad. And so when my wife and I left the city, she was working her career. She had her own house. Uh, she was degreed. She didn't have any children or anything like that. Both of us, we were middle class citizens, for the most part. And so when I moved out to the country and got some land, the biggest thing was how am I going to uh, provide for myself and my family? And I knew what was not the option. I knew what was the option, and I knew what was not the option. I always knew that some type of business was going to be the option because I'm a businessman, corporate guy, and for me to go from uh, uh, making $80,000 $90,000 a year with benefits. Now this was years ago. Those same jobs are paying 110, 115, $150,000 a year. The same job that I worked years ago, that's the salary adjusted for inflation today, 6-figure salary. So I knew moving into the country, I had an S egg, and that's what I used to purchase the land, flat out cash. I had some folks that assisted me in making sure that I was getting the right kind of land, that it was tillable, that it had a good water source on it, that it was far away from the city, surrounded by trees, pasture area, well, septic, some kind of structure on the land that I can work with and build areas for structure, things like this. I was able to have access to people that were was able to teach me those things. Um, And so, but one of the things that I had to figure out, and as well, I got this wisdom as well from a teacher. But the idea was that, okay, when you move out to the country, what are you going to do? Because eventually you're going to run out of whatever money or whatever nest egg that you have. Unless you got a real big nest egg, what are you going to do? I knew that working McDonald's was not going to be an option. I knew that Walmart was not an option. Tractor Supply wasn't an option. Plucking chickens wasn't an option. All of these low-wage, slave-wage jobs, a person like myself could not transition into. I mean, expect somebody like a wealthy person, and we have wealthy people coming into the faith, going from being a multi-millionaire to working at Walmart. It's just the shit is just ain't gonna happen because you can't make a dissension like that. You just it's just unacceptable. So for me personally, these jobs were beneath me. There was no way I was working at, let alone sending my wife to go and mop floors or pluck chicken or work at a cashier at Walmart. That was bull. That shit was beneath. Hell no. Not my wife. Not anybody in my household. So we had to think about ways of where we could make money off the land, make money through the labor of my own hands. And that's why, the Spirit came up on me to go to a construction site, submit myself, and learn a trade. And that's what I did. And it's been working out very well for me. We're about to launch Covenant Pharmacy, where we're going to be selling produce. Now, we did a pilot last year, but we're doing website and everything full force this year, because it's important to when you move out into the country, it's important to be free. I'm a free man. I say it over and over again. I come and I go as I please. And if you're dependent on a job, let alone a low-wage slave wage, because see, that's all there is out in the country. There is no good-paying jobs out in the country. You're going to work your ass off, working at Walmart, stacking jobs, or working at Dollar General or the Family Dollar, stacking packages, and then come home and have to build infrastructure. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. It just ain't. I've never seen it happen before. So it's going to be critical that if you're going to want to move. Now, again, there's people that, they may have worked those kind of jobs where they were in the city. And that's okay because at the end of the day, that's the only kind of job that they're going to be able to get or qualify for anyway. I mean, especially if you don't have a college education or let alone a high school education or anything, or just a high school diploma, you're not going to be able to qualify for any kind of real job that's going to provide a standard of living that is comfortable, because the challenge with a lot of people is that they see that there are no jobs out in the country. They see that their standard of living is going to decrease, and they don't have no way of strategizing how to increase or maintain a good standard of living, the same standard of living that they had out in the city. They want that same standard of living out in the country. And so, these are things that have to really be thought through. And hey, I'm more than willing to help anybody out there because a lot of people are moving, but they see these challenges. And I saw the challenge from the very beginning. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not working at Walmart. I'll rob a bank before I be down at Walmart or Dollar General. It ain't happening. Before I'm flipping burgers, it ain't happening. You see? And that's why I'm so passionate about being able to being a shepherd, because I can sell the flock, being able to produce well in excess of what I need in terms of food, so that I can sell that excess produce. Being able to build pole barns and do kitchen remodels and bathroom remodels, because I got no problem. I'm very proud of what I do. I think carpentry is a very honorable thing to do. Especially a lot of people out there, they can't do shit with their hands. They can't do shit with their hands but jack off probably. That's all that they can do. So the idea is that you're going to have to think about ways of creating income for yourself that you're not dependent on the system. Because see, when you're dependent on these jobs, especially, they don't treat you well at these jobs. I mean, there ain't no job of respect and honor. I don't know. Nobody going skip-de-doo. Hey, I'm on my way to Walmart. Hey. No, I don't know nobody that's doing that shit. You see what I'm saying? I don't know nobody that's skipping their way on the Burger King saying, man, I had a great day at Burger King. No, that shit ain't happening. So the name of the game is to look at, and I did a video just yesterday talking about biblical sources of income. We need to be applying the old paths, seeking the old paths. And those old paths are agricultural. We were agricultural people. We were buildings. We had a mind to work. And a lot of people, they don't have a mind to work. They have a mind to work at Walmart. They got a mind to work at Amazon Prime. You know, they have a mind to pluck chickens. They got a mind to pack bags. They got a mind to sweep floors and mop floors and shit, but they ain't got a mind to build a business for their family and their children and their children's children. It's a damn shame. It really is a shame. But not me in my house. Because, see, the idea is that I didn't come out to the country to suffer. I didn't come out to the country to struggle. I didn't come out to the country for a lower standard of living. I came out to the country, honestly, to be set apart because that's what the scripture says, but also to increase my my quality of life, to increase my ability to be more healthier, to drink clean well water, to eat good clean rack of lamb, to hunt and eat good clean deer. You see? And so we're able to do that. See, this is why I don't give a rat's ass about inflation. I don't give a rat's ass about what these people are doing. Because I've hedged myself against inflation by doing what the scriptures said I should do. Be set apart in every way that you can. Economically, spiritually, financially, agriculturally. Not dependent on these people. Because what you going to do when the stores close down? What you going to do when they shut off the water? What you going to do when you can't pay, or when you mortgaging something, or you renting something or whatever, and they come and they take that shit? You see? What you going to do? Nothing. You might as well have stayed in the city if that was the case. Have a clear plan for economic security and prosperity. Definitely in this time that we're living in. So few have done it. But hey, somebody got to be an example out there.